Alrighty then, let's move on to an HBO miniseries called "I Know This Much Is True." So, I kind of watched this one week to week when it was coming out because I bum Hulu off of my one friend. Again, thanks again, Chewy. And he has the HBO package attached to it, and this isn't on HBO, so that's a thing to kind of go into there. But if you haven't heard about this one, it's about a middle-aged man. His name's Dominic Birdsey, and he basically recounts his troubled relationship with his brother Thomas, who's a paranoid schizophrenic. And he's also a twin brother, and also kind of deals with family and just other deep-rooted, dark family issues with it as well. So that's kind of where we are. That's what you need to know. If you watch the trailer as well, it definitely probably gets you a little bit more insight than what I just told you about the show. But it stars Mark Ruffalo. There's other familiar faces in there as well. Marissa Leo, Rosie O'Donnell's in it. She actually gives a decent performance. A small one, but she's good. But the big thing here is that this show is written and directed by a man named Derek Cianfrance. And if you don't know who Derek Cianfrance is, he is the director and writer of Blue Valentine, with a film with Ryan Gosling, and I forget the other actress's name. But yeah, Blue Valentine is his biggest film, and also a film called The Place Beyond the Pines, which also stars Ryan Gosling, Bradley Cooper. I think Ray Liotta's in it as well. Both films are really good. Blue Valentine's probably one of the harder movies to watch. It's kind of like that Requiem type of a Dream, Schindler's List type of genre, where it's like one time viewing is kind of enough, but the film is really great. It's just really depressing. It's honestly a realistic look on what a love story actually is, and it's incredibly it's bleak, and it's depressing. It's a hard movie to watch, especially at the end. The Place Beyond the Pines is another really good emotional experience that I thought was really great. Also kind of depressing at parts, but has more of a hopeful ending. And I think that's kind of what this TV show, this miniseries, kind of resembles a little bit. So Derek Cianfrance is kind of known for this like really deep, emotional, dark, like heavy style of entertainment with Blue Valentine and Place Beyond the Pines, and now with this, I Know This Much Is True. But this also stars Mark Ruffalo, who I believe is one of the most more underrated actors in Hollywood. I think he's low key probably one of the greatest actors ever. I think he's low-key probably one of the best actors working today, and this just proves it. I mean, he plays both roles of Dominic and his twin brother, Thomas, which it's incredibly impressive what he does, and they both look different. They both look very different. Obviously, they're twins, so they don't look completely different, but I mean, he plays two fucking characters and they're completely different people. And, like, if he doesn't win some type of an award for this show, like, what the fuck? Just throw all the awards at him. Just give him all the fucking awards possible, because he gives one of his greatest performances, and I probably believe probably the best performance so far this year out of TV and movies that I've seen this year so far. Now, everyone else is also really good in the show. I mean, they don't really kind of bring it up to Mark's level, but everyone else is really good. Like, I mean, again, like I said, Rosie O'Donnell gives a surprisingly good performance. Again, Marissa Leo is really good with her really small role that she's in. Yeah, everyone's good. But yeah, Mark Ruffalo is the star of the show here. And I just think Derek Cianfrance, the guy responsible for this miniseries, he just does a phenomenal job of getting these incredible performances and emotional, like heavy performances out of his actors. I mean, he gets it from Ryan, both in Blue Valentine and The Place Beyond the Pines. Like, Place Beyond the Pines was the first film that you see, like, Bradley Cooper, you're like, oh shit, this guy's a really good actor. That's the Place Beyond the Pines is the first time you see it. I'm pretty sure Place Beyond the Pines is pretty much what Bradley Cooper was in after the whole Hangover stuff, I believe. Like where he was mainly a comedy actor, and then he was in that, and you're like, oh shit, this guy's got some dramatic chops, holy shit. And Cinefrance is kind of responsible for that. And now, you see him in American Sniper and other films, American Hustle as well, other films that are more dramatic. Silver Linings Playbook. So, yeah, it kind of really helped Bradley Cooper's career. And I think he just does this amazing job with directing. And just, again, he does it with all the actors. He makes them their characters, and he just gives these real performances out of his actors. I mean, again, I always like to bring up the whole Oscar Beatty monologue speech, with these entertainment, these long ass monologues. And it's just like, people don't talk like that usually. I mean, sometimes they do, but because they think they're in a movie. But most people, don't. And that's kind of how I describe Derek Cinefrance's films and his miniseries here. Now, I just this show, you have to really know, I mean, this show's 6 episodes. Each episode's, I think, around an hour long, maybe a little bit longer than an hour, like hour, 10 minutes. But this show is definitely one of those shows that, like Blue Valentine and Place Beyond the Pines, it's like, I think it's as good just to watch once, but it's really good to watch. These episodes are incredibly heavy. A lot of this shit is really dark. It's really depressing. I remember watching this show and being like, I really hope this show ends well and with a good, like, hopeful ending and a good, not a feel-good ending, but like an ending that is fitting and, makes me learn something I can take away from it. And not just, like, be, like, all dark and depressing like the majority of the show episodes end with. Just, like, these really fucked up family shit that is like, oh, my God. Like, you need a week recovery from watching one of these episodes. Like, honestly, like, you can't binge this. Like, don't binge this show unless you want to fucking ruin your entire month, basically. Watching one episode is like, it's enough. Like, you need a whole week to recover from it. So that's how I watched it, and that's pretty much how I kind of like would recommend watching this one, because I do recommend watching this one, because the ending, like I wanted it to be, was amazing. Just the themes of the show. I mean, it's in the title of the show. It just kind of blew me away. The ending and how true it was. How, love comes from forgiveness, and how, you can't renovate something without destroying it. I think it's really cool. Maybe that's why a lot of people, succumb to self-destructive tendencies. Maybe, I don't know if there's something there, but the ending just makes this really long, dark, emotionally heavy journey worth it, and really important to experience, I believe. I mean, a lot of this shit that, the shit at the end that Dominic, the main character, discovers is the same discoveries that I've made in my life. And I thought that was really cool, and it's a really important message to really have people learn, because holding grudges doesn't really help anyone. It doesn't help yourself. Clearly doesn't help the others that you have grudges against, and it's very just not productive, and it's a fucking shitty way to live your life. So, and I think that's why this show was really great. I mean, I'm never gonna watch it again because It's kind of if it's in that genre of 12 Years a Slave, Schindler's List, where it's so heavy that it's just like, yo, dude, I can't watch this again. I can't go through this again. But I'm glad I went through it. That's kind of what makes this really special. It's a special show. And it's worth it just for Mark Ruffalo's performance in general, I think. But it's definitely worth it for a lot more reasons as well. So I would definitely recommend this one, especially if you've, had some personal demons that you had to deal with, especially with family. I would definitely check this one out. I think it would be a valuable experience for you. And I get it. It's depressing, and really hard to watch at times, but get through it and get to the end. I don't think you'll regret it. So yeah, I know this much is true. I know this much is true, that you'll enjoy and you'll understand what, the point of watching this is at the very end. So yeah, check. I know this much is true. On HBO. I don't think it really should be missed, especially. It was really good. It was really great. And I think Derek definitely hit it out of the park with that one. Hello, thanks for watching that clip of my episode of Nerd Out Sanctuary. I appreciate you watching. If you don't know, this is a video podcast about, movies, TV, video games, other types of entertainment, comic books, novels, maybe occasionally. I don't know, I don't really read that much, but when I do, I want to talk about it. So yeah, just know that there's a lot more of these, and I appreciate you if you give me a like and subscribe and watch more. If you're just if you're watching here on YouTube, know that this is also a podcast, an audio podcast. I'm on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play, so you can download my podcast episodes, listen to them while you're driving in the car, taking a shit, making dinner, doing your laundry, or whatever, when you're at work, when you're supposed to be working, but you're just kind of like, mindless, doing some mindless tasks while listening to my podcast. It's the shit. Hopefully you guys, get good recommendations out of me, and hope you guys keep enjoying my show. So yeah, thanks. And bye.